Hello, friends. It is good to be here on a beautiful May day in New York. Let me turn on the chat and see if anyone's missing. See if anyone can message me. So when you're here, let me know. Just leave a comment saying hi, so I know that the comments are working. Let me see. Where is that? There we go. Okay, so it is the week between my birthday and Mother's Day. Sometimes my birthday falls as close to Friday before Mother's Day, and then it can be further away, like this time. Mother's Day is late this year; it's the 12th. Hi, everybody! I'm glad you're here. Sandal, thanks for celebrating my birthday. I think you've celebrated my birthday in a quilt shop with me once. I had my 50th birthday at Bits and Pieces in New Hampshire. So I was away last week, and we made it a little bit more of a treat. Let me get see, I have flowers in here. My girlfriend sent me some. That was a very happy knock on the door. Normally, when someone knocks on a door, which isn't normal because it rarely happens, and we've had like 2 people knock on the door in a month, and maybe no one has knocked at my door in 8 months before that. We don't even get trick-or-treaters. So, oh, excuse me. So we don't get a lot of people at the door. We get very confused when people knock at the door. But that was a happy day. And I told the man he probably had a happy job because everyone smiles when they answer the door. He agreed. Let's see. Mary Wilson. Thank you. Mary Wilson in Minnesota. Thank you very much. So last week, right after I talked to y'all, I went to Maine. I was teaching at Sanford Sewing in Maine. And oh my word, if you live near that store, you are in great hands because they take really good care of their customers. We had a full day of hands-on quilting, one, demo with, they could play on the machines. It was a lecture demo. But we were talking about hand moving the quilting. So we have a full day of free motion quilting and then custom quilting their quilt. And then we had a full day on using the computerized system. So that was really fun. I enjoyed spending the time with my quilters, which is just fantastic. I love being back in a shop, back in the classroom. My husband drove me, which is great. I love, number one, not having to drive. Number two, having someone to travel with. And my husband traveled with me, and we had a nice little time in Maine. And we had some lobster, and we had some chowder, and we kind of went way outside. We way outside the contract as far as food goes, but it was very fun. And let's see, I was there on Saturday, which was May the 4th, and the Kentucky Derby. Now, out of pure happenstance, do not know why I'm yawning. I'm not tired. Out of pure happenstance, I was wearing a blouse with horses on it, and it was the Kentucky Derby. I had no idea it was the Kentucky Derby. I just happened to have a blouse that has horses on it, and that was the blouse I picked for that day. And for May the 4th, I brought a Star Wars quilt with me because, May the 4th, I am married to a Star Wars fella. I have some Star Wars paraphernalia in the house. Let's see, like this. It says, never tell me the odds. And I have more stuff around. So we do have a lot of Star Wars. Let's see. Hello from Brockville. I believe that's Ontario. Your downtown is a movie set at the time. Snow sculptures in Winter Wonderland. And those poor folks in their snow parkas. Yes. A movie, Nobody's Fool, was filmed in Fishkill, New York. And I lived in Fishkill at the time. Paul Newman was in that movie. And we would drive down a side street at night just to get somewhere as we were going. And we'd say, wow, that snow looks really nice on the lawns. And then we'd go, wait, it didn't snow. And then also, like, they blocked off the street my library was on, and I had trouble returning my library books. I think my kids were in grade school then. It was a while ago. Let's see. I see a Vicky in the house. And hello, Carol. It's good to see you. And I'm glad you're mowing the lawn. I'm that was never part of my contract when I bought this house. Promised my husband, bought this house, I will not shovel and I will not mow. Mostly because my back doesn't allow it. And he told me I've made a really good job at keeping my promise for 20 some years, because it's not going to happen. So again, if you live near Sanford in Maine, you're in great hands. Gabby is great there. Sarah's great there. You'll be well taken care of with your machine quilting needs. And that's always fun to be somewhere where you know you've left people in good hands. Hello in Minnesota. Let's see. I'll chop wood. Well, okay, that's fun. I do like to chop wood. I can't chop wood yet. I have another back procedure next week, and hopefully it'll be my last for a while. I'm hearing really good things about results, that I might have to have it done once a year, once every 2 years, and I'm good with that. But if I could walk, that would be lovely. So I'll be teaching in Cleveland, North Olmsted, Ohio, actually, next week. I'll be doing a day of home machine classes and then 2 days of long arm classes. And hopefully I'll be walking by then, which will be fantastic. If not, quilters are great to help me carry stuff. And I have a little folding bar stool I sit on. So I sit at standing height. But it would be really weird to live my life without a heating pad behind me all the time. That'll be really terrible. I'll hate that. It'll be awful. Let's see. Carol says you can help him get exercise. That is nice. I do like to split wood when I'm out there. I don't know that I'll ever be able to do it again with my back the way it is, but I do like it. It's kind of fun. Let's see, Deb. I get Deb up here. I can't. Deb sent me a sticker of some sort, but it won't go up on the screen. And Sanford, yes, Sanford is a great shop. So it was a wonderful trip. And then we took a long time driving home. Like I slept 12 hours after I worked on Saturday because working makes me tired. So I couldn't have driven home that night. So I drove home Sunday, but since hubby was driving and I was sleeping, we drove a bit and we went to breakfast, and then that was kind of my birthday day. And then we went and walked a little bit on the battle trail from Lexington to Concord. I made it about 2 miles out, and I said, oh, I probably have to turn back. So then I turned back and I made it about a 1/4 mile. And then my husband walked all the way back and got the car and picked me up. But that was good. 2 1/4 miles is a lot for me. Everyone told me to go to Martin's. I never did. But I've heard it's fantastic. And I heard some really great things about the one up there, but we just didn't make it. So that's what I did last week. Yesterday, I did nothing. It was my birthday. I did nothing all day, and then I had Bible study last night. So that was it. But I did get a surprise knock at my door. I got balloons, and I opened my cards and all the comments online. It was wonderful, especially after I thought last year's birthday was exciting because, I had survived COVID, and we took a big trip with my kids and the whole family to Boston. And this year I didn't plan anything because I'm like, it's just another birthday. And I didn't expect, a kid with a brain tumor, another round of COVID, 2 herniated discs, and heart failure. But so yes, I made it through another one, and I'm pretty excited. And we're almost out the other side of all of it. Once I can get through this back injury, which many people have, it's pretty common. So that's what I've been doing. I am doing more paperwork for shows. Like today was a lot of receipts and money and stuff like that. Today will also be a bike ride and some quilting. But I have a question for you. I told you that the May block for color blocks is going to be strawberries. But so I have the strawberry designed, but I'm not sure how to put it. I could make another small quilt, or I was thinking placemats. What do you think of strawberry placemats? The thing with strawberry placemats is I was thinking of using buttons for the seeds on the strawberries, but I would leave the buttons off because you can't put dishes on top of buttons. So I thought I'd bring it to you. I hadn't finished the pattern yet. Sorry, just putting my foot up. I hadn't finished the pattern yet, and can put it together in a quilt, a small quilt, or in placemats. Does anyone have an opinion on that? Let's see. I think I forgot someone here. Hello, Joan in Shahola, Pennsylvania. Get a drink. So I got some fun Hello Kitty stuff for my birthday. I got a lap desk for my birthday for mostly for when I'm knitting. Um, so to have something in front of something over my lap. I won't be able to use it a lot in the summer, but it'll be able to bring me up that I have stuff up here instead of all the way down in my lap. I always knit with a pillow in my lap. So I got a nice lap desk and some Hello Kitty stuff. And I got a nice day drive on the way home from Maine. Let's see. Oh, I like that. Carol, French knots instead of buttons. I like that. Let's see what we've fusible seeds I've seen. Okay, I like that too. Placemats would be interesting and easily adapted if one wanted to do a table runner. Okay, I can work on that. Yeah, I'm happy to be home, and I'm so excited for next week. Now, next week I have my back procedure done, and then the next day I drive to Cleveland area, North Olmsted. So I won't get a lot of quilting done immediately, but when I get home from that, I'm going to be so excited to be able to move and bend and actually get in my sewing room and do stuff because I've really been in this nest for a while, and I'm kind of tired of it. Let's see. You agree with Joyce to do placemats table runner? Okay. I thought that would be fun. Very seasonal. I know strawberry season here in New York is like end of May, halfway into June. So I thought it was timely for where I live. And if not, you can put them out earlier or later. I'm not making all the patterns due to the stupid limitations on my work. I'm not making all the patterns as early as I want to, but once you have them forever. So it's ready for next year. Let's see. Hello, Betsy in Massachusetts. It's good to see you. Another fun thing I did in Massachusetts as we drove through, I went to Lowell, Massachusetts for breakfast because I found a dim sum parlor there. And it is the best non-urban dim sum parlor I've ever eaten at in my life. And my husband and I were counting while we were eating that we've been to at least 5 or 6 of them. Fantastic. So if you're in the area and you like dim sum, Lowell. I think it's China Star Restaurant and Lowell. Food was amazing. Very excited about it. And then we went to H Mart, not very far from there because it's a I think it's a Korean grocery actually, but I was out of like noodles and dark soy sauce is hard to find and other things that are hard to find. So I highly recommend it. So Sandal and PEI strawberry season lingers into August. I think the snow lingers into June. No, it's just a guess I have because PEI is off the coast of Canada. I've not been there. I've been to Nova Scotia. I've been to New Brunswick. I haven't been to PEI. Let's see. In Lowell, did I go to the Quilt Museum? I did not. Hubby was really excited about wanting me to go to the Lexington and Concord, so I let him pick that. I've been to the Quilt Museum before, and excitedly, it is the one time I've successfully parallel parked my car, other than when I took my driving test, because I had to park my car in downtown Lowell. I did take a picture of it. And let's see, we've been to that Chinese restaurant quite a few times. Oh my word. I don't even know if we were there for Sunday morning steam carts. I don't know if they do steam carts all the time, but I know that anytime I'm in New England, I will drive through Lowell because they're open from 9 in the morning to midnight. And that means breakfast, lunch, or dinner, I can pick up food. Amazing. We went off what we normally get at dim sum and just, it looked good. Let's get that. And everything we tried was fabulous outside of what we normally did. And everything was lovely. So let's see. In PEI, the snow sometimes lingers into late April with maybe an extra storm into May. Yeah, down here we don't have storms in May, so you can come this way, Sandal. Come down where it's warmer. Now, I do understand. I'm glad you get to travel and do what you love to do. Let's see. I got another one. Laughing about the parking. It would be so sad if it wasn't true. I used to travel with Terry Lucas when she lived in the Bronx. I would drive to her house, and then we would head over to LaGuardia and fly out. Terry Lucas is another machine quilting teacher you should follow if you don't. And I would walk to her, I would pull up to her house. She'd see me. I would And this is be like at 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, because we were getting an early flight. And I would hand her my keys, and then she would park my car because I had to parallel park there, and I don't do that. I went to, there's a quilt shop in Beacon, New York, and the parking is rough there. There is a parking lot in the back that's often full, and it's also a block walk around. So it's tough not being able to parallel park and not being able to walk, because I have just done the block many times waiting for a parking space. So that's a hard quilt shop for me to get to because I kind of need a parking lot with a handicap space nearby. But hopefully after next week, I can head over. That would be exciting. And I discovered that I am the reason there's a stereotype about girls not being able to park. I am that stereotype, and I'm sorry to the rest of you who are proper parkers, because I often walk up to the cars and I go, oh my word, who did that horrible parking job? And I realize it's my rental car. And now I got a different car. I used to drive a car. It was really noticeable. And now my car, I have a white SUV like everybody. So I never know that it's my car when I get there until I press the button and the lights go on. And I'm like, oh my word, this person doesn't know how to, oh, hey, that was me. I'm a horrible parker. It's true. I have other special skills, and parking is not one of them. So I've been desperate to get back to sewing. I don't know how much I'll do this week. I hope I'll get to do some. And it'll be so much easier once I can finally move. I remember when I was a really young woman, I was a secretary when I was 18. I worked in a law firm, and people would call with personal injury and back injuries. And I'd be like, what's everybody complaining about, this back injury? Wah. I'm retroactively sorry to anyone I thought ill thoughts of, or I thought was whining or complaining, because back injuries are kind of rough. But I'm pretty excited that things are on the move. I know that there was a quilt show near my house last week in Purchase, New York. It was the Northern Star Quilter show, but I was teaching in Maine, so I didn't get there. I hope local folks had a good time there. I'm not sure what other quilt shows are coming up. I know we've just had Paducah and others, but not sure what's coming up. I'm not doing much with quilt shows just because I'm not sure. I don't want to sign up to do any quilt shows or teach at quilt shows until I know I can walk better. And Cynthia Prater is saying hello. And I want you all to see Cynthia Prater, because she is quilting up a storm, remaking a lot of the color blocks. I think that's you, Cynthia. Is that right? In the tiny little blocks. Cynthia's made almost as many of the color block quilts as I have. She might have finished a few before I did, and is using up some smaller blocks to make her color blocks. Just amazing stuff. So hello, Cynthia. I'm glad you're here. So yeah, that's all I'm doing. I don't need to talk longer if I don't have anything to say, but I did want to stop in. Next week, I'm not sure when I'll be here, because I should be driving to Cleveland on Wednesday. And on Tuesday, I'm having my back procedure. I'll try to get here on next Tuesday at 2:30, but I'm not sure what I'll be doing. We'll play it by ears. Let's see, Janet. You went to a show in Greenville, South Carolina. It was good, but I miss Hershey. Yeah, I miss Hershey too. The Hershey show, the show in Hershey, Pennsylvania, was usually last week of July, first week of August, somewhere around there. And it was Quilt Odyssey. It was owned by a single family, and it closed shortly before the pandemic or during the pandemic. I forget. The family just didn't continue it, which was sad. Let's see. I hope everything goes well with my back procedure. It should. I'm just hoping. I'm doing it without sedation to get a sooner date, because if I had to wait to get it scheduled where they can do sedation, that's later. But I've also had dental surgery done without sedation. I can handle it. I just want to get it done as soon as possible. I herniated my discs on August 1st, so it's been over 9 months, and this bouncing baby of a back of mine after 9 months needs to be taken care of. I will do what I can to rest, but I could be starting to improve already whenever I'm here next Tuesday. So I'm home between now and then. I don't have many plans for Mother's Day because my kids don't live around here. I just saw my daughter last week at the Empire Show, and I'm sure I'll talk to my kids and my kids and grandkids, but we'll just be hanging around here and not doing much of anything. maybe quilting. So take care, everyone. I'm going to go take a bike ride because I can't walk, but I can pedal. And I will see you next week. Follow along on the Color Blocks Facebook page and Debbie Brown Quilts Facebook page if you want to see Cynthia's quilts that she's been posting. Okay. I'll talk to you all again next week. Happy quilting. Happy Mother's Day to those who celebrate and who live in the US and Canada. I know England has already had its Mother's Day, and I don't know what Australia does or whatever countries are represented. But celebrate being you, whoever you are, and I will see you again next week.